Hey, kia ora, Helen, Brahms here, coming to you live from Nevada in Missouri. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling day. It's been an awesome day here. We saw the campground virtually empty. There's just a handful that were left. Most of the ones that were left, apart from me, are full-timers. So there was only like about five RVs left this morning after a mass exodus. But we've been sitting here watching RVs just rolling on in. So it's been an interesting afternoon just watching that. But had a great day. Got a lot of creativity done today. I decided to get a jump start on the week. So have been connecting with people to make appointments with them throughout the week coming up. So starting to fill up my calendar with appointments to talk with people about different opportunities and things. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I got onto Trello and did my cards and stuff for the genealogy things that we're going to be doing as far as training videos go, with videos with hints and tips and videos with definitions. And I've got them sorted currently into, these are the ones that are going to be free and these are the ones that are part of the paid membership. So it's been a very creative day. Had a lot of fun doing it. Spent a lot of time. Spent probably about a total of an hour on Facebook today. Which is the longest I have spent probably all week. It's been very busy. But I spent more time on LinkedIn than I did because I was busy connecting with people that I haven't spoken to for a while. People who have been connected with me who I haven't spoken to yet, and just reaching out to them and seeing how they're doing, and then asking if they want to connect this week so we can discuss different opportunities and things and see what's happening in each other's world. So it's kind of been a very productive day, but we haven't gone crazy. I mean, I did take time to play with Zeffie, who is, I don't know if you can see this, but she's standing up there. See, she's got her stick in her What was really funny, she jumped up on the bench behind me earlier and tucked, there's this little travel pillow that's been sitting here on the bench, and she jumped up on there and she went over the other side and she tucked her chew stick down behind it. Well, I got up and went to the bathroom and I hear this thunk, and I open up the bathroom door and come out and the stick's laying on the floor next to me. Oh my gosh, you got to see where she's got it now. I just put my hand down and this is where it is. Oh, hang on, I don't know if you can see it. That will go this way. She's actually got it standing right there next to me. That's what she's done with it. Oh, she's coming to inspect. We're going to inspect. It's still sitting there, sweet girl. Yeah. I'm looking after it. Yeah, look at that face. Like, are you really looking after it, Mom? So she actually had it on the floor next to the bathroom door. And so I left it there to see what she would do, because she had gone and gotten it from behind because she has to have it wherever I am. It has to be with me so I can look after it for her. She's so funny with that. Every time I get up and move, she comes and grabs it and she'll follow me around with it until I stop. Like when I was at just over at the bench earlier, Facebook Live, crazy time. Here she comes. Where are you? What you doing, Zeph? My life with my dog. How can it be anything but full of fun and laughter with a dog like that? Usually she does it when I go on lives, so it's going to be interesting when I have to start filming the videos and things to see what she does then. And I know we'll look back looking out the window again, but yeah. So I was getting lunch earlier this afternoon, and I was standing there at the counter making chopping up some pork, and from the pork loin that I had the other night, which turned out amazing in the Instapot. So happy I did it in the Instapot. It barely fit in there, but by the time it was cooked, it shrunk a little bit, so it was easy to work with. But so I was chopping up some pork earlier for lunch, and she comes over here, she gets her thing, she walks over next to me and puts it next to my foot. Like, you left it behind. But if I put it in my pocket and hide it from her, she's like, no, it has to be in view. So anyway, but that's what we've done. Solved a couple of genealogy mysteries. So I like that. Did you see the t-shirt I posted on the thing that, family genealogists, we know which branch the nuts are on? I saw that. I just cracked up laughing. So I put a picture of it on my Facebook page. So be sure to check that out. It was hilarious. And I thought, yeah, and we also know where the skeletons are, and we uncovered the skeletons and the mysteries. And some mysteries we solve, and some will never be solved. They would just be theories on why that happened or how that happened, and that sort of thing, because we can't find evidence otherwise. So it's kind of interesting to there's a few mysteries out there. And you hear stories of, well, this happened to this person, but you can't find anything to back it up or anybody willing to talk about it. So it's it kind of becomes one of those things. Well, this is what actually happened that we know of, and this is our theory, what happened between here and here. So this is the date this happened. This is the date that these are the two dates we know, and we think this is what happened somewhere in between. So they're kind of interesting because you get to use your imagination and things a little bit, and taking into account the facts and the time of and the time in history that it was. So you have to think about, how were they living back then, and why would they have done that? Or they could have done it this way, but why? And so you got to think of what times were like back then too. So it's been interesting uncovering family secrets and mysteries and things. And then when you get to tell somebody, hey, we came across something that doesn't quite make any sense. Do you know anything about this? We had this person that this happened to, and we can't find any record until this date. So do you know what happened on the years in between this? So like, no, we said, well, we found this other record, and we think it might be them, but we can't find any link between that person and the family, so we're not sure if they've got the same name, they've got the right name, they're about the right age, but we're not sure if that's the person that fits in there because we can't match them up any other way. So when you're researching genealogy, you've got to be able to match things up. And if you find like for instance, I went through 181 John Eakins from he was born in 18, God, when was he born? Totally forgot. I've told the story so many times, I can't remember. But he was born on this particular year, and we knew it was about that time. And we knew about the time that he was born, so we checked the 2 years previous and the 2 years after. Had to go through 181 John Eakins to find the right one. And people were like, well, how did you know it was the right one? I said, because you go with the information that you have that has been confirmed, and you're working your way backwards. And so you come across census reports, and it's showing the same people on the census. Like over here, it's got, here's John Eakins at the right age, and these are his parents, and you think they're his parents, but you're not 100% sure because you haven't found the links. And he was born in the right area. But in that same area during that 5-year period, there was also all these other John, believe me, it was like looking for John Smith. It was that bad. But then you'd find other censuses that had the John Eakins on there, and they had very similar family names. Like they also had Williams and Thomases and George. Oh my gosh, William, John, Thomas, George, and James. Ugh. William, John, Thomas, George, and James. I mean, you might as well be looking for John Smith. They were that bad. It was sort of like, okay, well, which George was this one? Well, this is the one that da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay. Well, hang on, then where did the other George fit in? Because you get a lot of confusion going on in there because their names were so similar. So the common names back in the 1800s in England in our family was John, George, Thomas, William, and James. Those were the 5 top male names. So if you had an unusual name in there, like a Ralph, he was a little easier to find. But when you went through 181 John Eakins to find the one that fitted in your tree, it was a lot of time, a lot of research, and a lot of fun. People go, you researched, and yeah, and it was like digging deeper. Okay, this one's on this census. Let's find out more about this family. This one's on the census. Let's find out more, and it's finding out more about the other family members. Because sometimes instead of just going all the way back in a direct line for your ancestors, sometimes you got to go sideways into the relatives to find that missing connection that now helps you put the pieces together. So sometimes you got to go sideways to go upwards. So it's one of those things that you have to research. So you come across people with similar names, and like when you got George and James and John and Thomas and those 5 all in the same family, and then having to determine, okay, well, that one's got a Ralph in it, he's out. That one's got a Stephen in, he's out. So you can do a process of elimination that way when you know that there are nobody with those names in that family. But when you've got like, 7 or 8 families that have similar boys' names in there, and you're going, oh my gosh. All right, we know that he had a brother called George. So now we've cut our 300 and something searches down to less than 200. And then you're having to manually go through every single one of them, research each of those families, which at the same time sort of like, well, I might as well do like a one name search. But so I never threw away any of that research. That research sits in my tree as unrelated people. So when I would find a family, I would create a capsule within the tree that had just that family in there and the information I could find on that family, following them through the census reports. Sometimes it was easy to do it because when you found them on the census reports, it was like, okay, we knew he was a farmer, we knew he was a bookbinder, we knew he was in this trade, we knew he was in that trade, so it made it a little easier to eliminate things that way as well. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I love it. So it's verifying records, going with the information that you have, who fits it the best. Okay, now we've got these ones here that fit it the best. These are our top like 5 because we've eliminated the other ones for various reasons. So now you've got to start digging deeper into those families to find the one that rises to the top, that has more of a chance. And then when you find the one that rises to the top, you've now got to go through and verify everything again, and other information from side branch, from going into the relatives. Now remember, ancestors is your direct descendant line. So that's your mum, your dad, your grandparent, and your grandparents, your great-grandparents, all the direct. The relatives are the sideways, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, so that way it's a little easier. So sometimes you've got to go through the relatives to find the ancestor. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of work is involved in it, but I absolutely love it. So yeah, if you want to find out more information, just go to yourfamilytreedetective.com, and we've got more information there. We're going to have videos going on there soon. That'll be linked to the YouTube channel we just started. We haven't got any videos on there, so I can't even promote that right now. I don't even think you can actually subscribe to a channel with no videos on. We'll get you guys doing that soon. But anyway, so total side tangent. So tomorrow we're moving. Total side tangent. Oh, and then you get things that happen with. Oh, that was right. We had to call GoDaddy today because all of a sudden there was this. It was sort of like they had this. There was this email from GoDaddy saying, "Hey, we've renewed this," and I'm like, "You've renewed what?" And it was for an email address, and I'm like, "What's the email address?" And apparently when they send out the reminders for this is a good tip for if you've got GoDaddy accounts with the 365 Outlook email attachments. Go into your GoDaddy thing to figure out which ones are being renewed, and you got to go into review and billing, and in there it will tell you which email address is attached to which 365 account. I found this out the hard way because I saw this charge because I was checking my bank balance and everything else, and I saw this charge and I thought, what are they charging me for? And I got the email at the same time. So I went in and I called them up and I said, what is this? What's your email? And they said, oh, it's for this particular website. I said, that website doesn't exist anymore. And I said, how is it that you're able to charge for a website that no longer exists or has been deactivated? And they're sort of like, oh, it's 2 separate charges, they're on 2 separate things and all that. And I said, and you've got no way of oh no, because of the agreement we have with Microsoft, we have to. So I'm sort of like, okay, how can I find out? Because in the email it just says you're renewed for this account. And I'm sort of like, but it doesn't tell you what the website is. And so I said, so how do I know? And they said, well, this is where you got to go. You got to go under your account and then to review and billing. And then you've got listed there the 365 accounts and what email addresses they're attached to. And I'm sort of like, thank you. So I went in there straight away, and I've got some coming up for renewal and quickly deactivated them because we no longer have those websites. So it was sort of like, yay, got in there quick before I got charged again. But they reversed the charge, which was fine. And I said, you guys need to figure out a way to do that a little quicker because some people just don't get that. So, they said, oh, your estimated wait time is 2 minutes. 15 minutes later, I was finally connected. I'm still like, okay, I have been on many calls where they've said your wait time is 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you've been basically put through almost straight away. they need to work on that. You can't. They need to have the Disney experience where they say, if you're standing at this post marker, you got a 60-minute wait and you get through in 30. So they need to learn that skill. There's a lot of places out there with their automated system that will have that skill. You know, your expected wait time is 15 minutes, and 2 minutes later you're through. So not give your expected wait time is 2 minutes and then having you wait for 15. Yeah, that don't wash so well. Anyway, we are moving to Topeka tomorrow in Kansas. So it's going to be, I think that's like 180 miles we're going to be driving. So one of our longest days. So I think the drive time is like, is about almost 3.5 to 4 hours. And the only stops I have to do along the way is I've got to get gas first thing in the morning. And then that's it, just breaks. Don't have to do any grocery shopping, got plenty of food, although I might stop and get some fresh fruits and vegetables. It's the only thing I don't have. I've got plenty of frozen stuff, just don't have the fresh stuff. Don't know, we'll see. Anyway, we're out of here. I've rabbited on for long enough. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening. He konera.